So Geisinger was my number one pick for a few different reasons. Number one, most importantly, it was the halfway point between my family and State College and Philadelphia, where my wife grew up. But aside from that, Geisinger Health Network had taken really good care of my father. And it was something that I was familiar with and I wanted to be a part of. I know also the community of Bloomsburg is a really great community as well. And it was a place that I saw myself being for a year, maybe longer, and wanting to contribute to that community. That was important to me, and that's why I put it as number one. So, Bloomsburg is a college town, but it's not a big, intimidating college town like a Penn State or an Ohio State. It's a rural area, but it's sort of like this oasis in this rural landscape. And there's some nearby bigger towns, Scranton, Williamsport. Those areas are nearby, and then there's even bigger cities that aren't too far away. So Philadelphia is 2 hours away. New York is like 3-ish hours, 3 or 4 hours away. So if you are the type of person who needs to do city things, there's plenty of time to do that. A lot of rotations, you have weekends off, and you can go and get your fill of the city. I know a lot of my co-residents did stuff like that. If you're not a big city person like me, you'll probably spend your time doing outdoors things like going hiking or kayaking. There is an amusement park up the road called Knoebels. There is really cool attractions in the area like Centralia. You should look that one up. That's pretty interesting. There is the Pennsylvania Grand Canyon. There's a ton of outdoor things to do, things to explore. Ricketts Glen. So you will not be bored in Bloomsburg. Also, the food is surprisingly awesome. So food is always good. Yes, I'll just turn this off now. No. So to give the full answer to that, yes, we had lots of input. There was not a single time where we gave input on the program and did not get some kind of action taken by Dr. Green or the program coordinators. It was Patty, now it's Eric. They are all ears. Anytime any resident had anything to say, they listened and they made changes. So to give a couple examples, we talked about wanting to change Journal Club. We used to have Journal Club in this conference room at the end of the workday, and everyone was very tired and not really engaged in the conversations because we all just worked our shifts and then we were showing up for Journal Club, and it's kind of one of those end of the days kind of thing. Most people want to go home and relax. So we brought that up with Dr. Green, and she changed it. And we had journal clubs outside at a local park. We had journal club at Panera. And so that's one of those things where I feel like she could have just said, you know what, it's part of the residency program. Just do it, deal with it. But she didn't. She took us seriously and she made a change, and it was a positive change. That just happened constantly with any little thing, even if it was something that seemed minute. She took care of it. She took really great care of us, and the coordinator, Patty, and then Eric, they also took really good care of us too. This is a really tough question for me to answer. There was a ton of different patients that had really interesting presentations of different diseases. There was a lot of interesting cases that rolled through the emergency department that I got to do some hands-on things that I probably will never get to do again. There was the moments where I felt like I was finally becoming a doctor, like a real doctor in internal medicine. There was working in peds, which was really cool. I got to treat a lot of kids that had a lot of different things going on, and felt like I was starting to get in the groove of things at that rotation too. So there's just a lot of cool memories that I have. I think my favorite rotation though was sports medicine. In sports medicine, you get to do a lot of ultrasound guided joint injections, and you get to stare at a lot of x-rays and ultrasounds and MRIs. And as someone going into radiology, that was really cool for me. And so I had a great time in that rotation, and I had a great time with one of the attendings in that rotation, Dr. Rosa, who really felt like a friend by the end of that. So he made that rotation very special, and the things that I got to do in that rotation were exciting to me as someone who's hoping to be a good radiologist someday. So that was my favorite part of the year. But like I said, there's a ton of different things that you'll get to do at Geisinger Bloomsburg Hospital and really awesome memories that you'll form. And so it's tough for me to say definitively that that was my favorite thing, because there were a lot of other things that really made me proud of myself and excited that I picked this career. But I would say that that's probably my number one thing. It was awesome. It was really awesome. So you are the resident for that hospital, for the Geisinger Bloomsburg Hospital. There's no seniors. You work directly with the attendings, and they treat you like part of the team. They don't expect you to know everything either. They know that you're just coming out of med school. You have a lot of the hospital side of medicine to learn, and they build you up as a member of the team. And then later in the year, they give you a lot of independence, and they treat you with the respect that I feel like you deserve at that time in your training. So it's a great experience. They're all very friendly. They're all down to earth people. And you make friendships with them, which is amazing. So I got invited to go over to an attending's house to have dinner. I got invited to go out to watch an attending play live music. Just building really great relationships with those people around you, and it just shows that they care and that they want to be more than just your attending. They want to be your friend too. It was a great experience. The staff as well. So the nurses, the respiratory therapists, the techs, everyone there was just cool. They were just fun to be around, and everyone takes care of each other. Even the janitors were always asking how I was doing, and having conversations with me between seeing patients. And a lot of times at the place that I trained for in med school, and even here where I'm at now for residency, I see a lot of people in the hallway. I don't know what they do. I don't know who they are. But I feel like I was on a first name basis with pretty much everybody in that hospital, Geisinger Bloomsburg Hospital. So I don't know if that doesn't tell you how awesome that was. I don't know what will.